you understand what winning looks like, but you also care about the person and the player. It just allows you to build a connection and just trust that what you're doing is in the best interest of each player and the best interest of the team and gives us the best chance to win.
Anthony mentioned you don't like to be called coach. You prefer Joe. Why is breaking down that wall important?
Yeah, again, I mean, those guys are out there. They're the ones that are playing. They're the ones that have been competing for, many years. And, I'm relatively around the same age. And I think there's other ways to build a mutual respect and besides a title. And just finding those ways to be able to do that.
Yeah, what is the balance for him? Still being himself, but fitting in within.
Yeah, I mean, that's for everybody. He's done a lot of great things in this league. He's been a great player. He's had some great, games, and just has to bring that here and then understanding it. Obviously in training camp, everything moved very fast, but he's got experience. He cares about winning, and he works hard. So those things will take care of itself.
Baylor's talked a lot about his commitment to improving on the defensive end, being able to win with positioning. From when he first came into the organization till now, what have you seen in terms of that growth?
Yeah, I mean, I think just having a better understanding of angles, having a better understanding of tendencies, I think having a better understanding of NBA actions, knowing where to be on the floor, how to do your work early. A lot of defense is really more about being in the right position before the play starts and not waiting for the play to start, and that just kind of comes with time. So he's done a great job in the film room. The staff has done a great job with him, but just having an understanding of angles, understanding of positioning, understanding of doing your work early before the play begins, and then having an awareness of who's on the floor and the tendencies of the guy that you're guarding.
Time you got to wanting to force turnovers a lot in prior seasons, and it hasn't really materialized. How do you guys get to that this season?
Yeah. I mean, I think just balancing what your roster is, and then what are the strengths of that roster, and then how do you do that? A lot of different ways to do that. I think everybody talks about pace. But again, it's not just an offensive term, it's a defensive term. How can you create pace defensively? How can you make guys uncomfortable? How can you make them play faster? How can you make them make more decisions over the course of a possession and over the course of the game? And then using your physicality and your activity, which, I think the guys have done a good job of the first couple of days of practice.
Does that include, taking a few more chances on the perimeter, and what kind of pressure is that going to put on your back?
Yeah. I mean, it's both, right? I mean, I think over the course of a game and a season, you want to be able to do that, but you have to have situational awareness, know time and score, know when you should do those things and when you shouldn't. So it's definitely a balance, but you want to lean more on taking some of those chances especially throughout an entire game.
What does a good calculated risk defensively look like?
I mean, that's every possession is different. Just depends. I mean, it depends on what the lineups are. It depends on time of the game, time and score, where the ball is. Is it a 5-on-5? I mean, there's just so many things go into that. I think at the end of the day, having an understanding of what you're trying to accomplish from your scheme defensively, and also having an understanding of who's defending, who's on the floor, where their help is, and is there advantage or a disadvantage. Just trying to take all those things in on each possession. But it's a good question, but it's just so many things change each and every possession,
How helpful is it for the rest of the team, especially your younger players, to have Jason around as much as he has been while he works his way back?
Yeah, everyone leads in their own way. 1 through 15, how many we have in the roster in the locker room. Everyone's got their own responsibility to leadership. He's done it as a player. He's doing it now in his return and with his presence. So everyone just has to pick up the slack and lead in their own way.
How do you envision kind of keeping him a part of things and involved, in coaches' meetings more, or just kind of in the mix? Obviously, his own work is the priority. But
yeah, I mean, first I'm focused on the guys that are playing right now. They're playing in practice every single day, and then he's still on the team. So, we're just doing team activities. We're doing everything as a team. And so just holding them accountability like you would anybody else. At the same time, spend a little bit more time with the guys that are playing right now in the immediate future. But, we're still a team. We're still in this together. Everybody's in the building. We go at it together.
What did it mean to you, the time you got to spend with Al? How did that benefit your coaching career? And what's it like not having him around, early on? That was such a monumental part of this team, it felt like.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great Celtic. Means a lot. Grateful just for the relationship that we had. It's impressive with the professionalism that he's had, and grateful that we've been able to share in something together. And, obviously just, who he is as a person and as a player, it's bigger than basketball. He's allowed me into his, basketball life, but also his family. So, now we get to compete against each other.
You said Eddie everybody leads in their own way a couple times so far this week. Is that because you think that there's almost too much value on the vocal, loud leaders, or why? Yeah,
100%. I think leadership can be obviously because you're not behind closed doors and you don't see it day in and day out. It's difficult to notice the intrinsic leadership and the things that go on a daily basis. And from your seat, it's just you have to look at those ones. And so it's not right or wrong. It just kind of is what it is. And I think there are, the leadership within games, the leadership at certain moments, the leadership of your best players. Yeah, all those things get highlighted more. But when guys come in the building every day, you want them to feel empowered. You want them to have an understanding that they impact winning, and everyone's got to know what they do really matters. And whether it's the first guy or the 15th guy, if they don't feel like they're empowered or they can impact winning, then we just can't have the balance and the depth and really the culture that we need. So it's a good question, but yeah, both of those things are true. There's definitely external things that leadership is important, but then there's also stuff that needs to be done every single day.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.